Yo, what's going on, family? It's Akeem here with USA Slingshot. And today we're gonna talk about a lot. Okay. First and foremost, we're gonna talk about, you know, if you see me looking over here, it's because I'm on two lives right now. But we're gonna talk about you getting started in the slingshot rental business. If it's right for you, okay, how much money you're gonna make, what you're gonna need to have, and all that other stuff. We're gonna go over into insurance, setting up your business LLC, what you should name your slingshot, cities, running the OPP play, financing your slingshots, finding funding, running influence. We're gonna talk about a lot. Okay. Now I'm not gonna make this too long. I'm gonna try to breeze through it, so it's gonna be no fluff in this. Okay. So it's no fluff. Uh, but first and foremost, I got to do it like everybody else on YouTube does. All right, you got to like and subscribe. All right, if you find value in this, because it keeps me motivated to keep making more videos. Because YouTube doesn't pay me to do this. Okay, and it takes time out of my day for me to do it. Okay, cool. So first and foremost. I see a lot of people getting a lot of things wrong, okay, when they're starting off their slingshot rental business. And one of the things I see wrong the most is the name of their business, okay? Now, when we're talking about the name of your business, okay, I see like funny names, like they're just crazy, okay? I'm it's a thing that I've learned over time. It's called KISS. And a lot of you probably heard this in school. It's called Keep It Simple, Stupid, okay? Don't overcomplicate it, all right? Best way to name your slingshot rental business is wherever you're from. Okay. If you're in New York, if you're in LA, if you're in Texas, if you're in Chicago, is slingshot rental wherever you're from. Slingshot rental Chicago. Okay. The name of my business when I first started was Slingshot Rental Atlanta. Then it was Atlanta Slingshot Rental. Then USA Slingshot Rental once we started becoming more nationwide. Okay. Now, the reason for this is it's because you can SEO better. Okay, what's SEO mean? SEO is search engine optimization. That means when someone's looking to find you, right? If they're in Houston, right, and they're in Houston, they're looking for slingshots in Houston, right? Guess what? They might not know the name of your specific AB rentals or AB rides, or they might not know the specific name of your business, but when they Google search you, they are able to find you because you have those highly used search terms in your name, which will help you rank better in search results. Okay. Now, I don't want to go over your head. I'm gonna start from the very beginning, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how I was able to make $15,000 my first month um in this business. All right. And actually it was pretty much in 1 week, but I'm just gonna give it to a month because a lot of people are not gonna believe that, even though I have videos to show it. But it was technically a month, even though I made the money in a week. Okay. First and foremost, what I did right, what I did wrong, and how you can use both of those to skyrocket your startup, right? So you could hit the ground running with this if that's something that you want to do. Now, who is this for? Okay. Now, if you can have a job and still run a slingshot rental business. However, I'm going to tell you first and foremost, slingshot rental business in high season when you're talking about March through the end of September. Okay. And if I'm in Atlanta, right? So let's talk about Atlanta. If you're in, the southeast region, right? Besides Miami, right? Your season's gonna run about 6-7 months most places. If you're in one of those places, you got a 6-7 month season, and when you're in season, this business is very very in demand. Okay, so if you only have a couple, I'm not teaching you how to create a real side hustle right now. I'm teaching you how to create 6-7 months, you know, 6-7 month business, or a seasonal business that you're gonna have to run, right? And it's gonna be demanding because people want slingshots. They're in high demand, especially during when you're in season. Now, the great thing about slingshots is you have 6-7 months where you're out of season, or 5-6 months where you're out of season. When you're out of season, that's when I like it to, like now. I typically do other things, like I have time to do videos like these. Right. But when I'm in season, listen, I'm not a YouTuber. Everyone, y'all know, y'all ask me, King, why don't you post more videos? Because I'm busy. Okay. I have a business I'm running. All right. Number two, okay. Who? Okay. Who is the business for? what you need to have. Okay. Major cities. Okay. Any major city in the United States of America. All right. Or even overseas. Like colleges opened up in DR. Okay. Punta Cana, high tourist destination. If you're in any of those typical cities, right, you have a big enough audience around you that you can make this thing work and this thing will make a lot of money for you. Okay. I'll put that in there. Now, however, smaller city, you could be in a big city, right? Or one of the major cities in your state, right? However, what we've done, tested, tried, failed, and we are moving forward, we're staying away from is college towns. Okay. So if your city, your area, whatever, only has you're in a college town where the only attraction is the college, I'm advising you to stay away. Right? We've done it a few times, never worked. Right? Couldn't figure out what it was till we went back, looked at the data. Now, mind you, we have 7 locations. Right? So when you go back and look at the data, college places, college towns, college areas, they never worked right. They never worked good. All right. College kids aren't the typical demographic for slingshot rentals. All right. They just don't have the money to afford it. Which how could you blame them? They're in college. All right. Number two. Okay. Who is your target customer? All right. Your target customer is anywhere between the ages of 30 and 55. All right. That's typically your target customer in the slingshot rental business. So if you're in areas where it's high tourist locations, right? You have scenic routes, right? You can have a bigger area in a college town and then have a smaller area where it's more scenic, where you got mountains, beaches, whatever, or just tourist destinations, period, that are scenic, right? You are going to have an advantage over everyone else, right? If you're in an area where it has a beach, you're in an area where it has mountains, you will have the advantage over everyone else because that's what people want to do. They want to be outside, they want to have fun, they want to experience new things and new places. Okay. Slingshot rentals work best in those types of areas. So if you're in those types of areas, the slingshot rental business will perform very, very well for you. Okay. Um, I've helped over 200 people start their own slingshot rental business, and over years and years and data and data and data, that's what we found works really the best. Even if you're around a major lake, right? Works really really well. Okay. Now, one of the questions I get asked the most is, Keem, how do I set up the LLC NICS code? Okay, cool. Number one mistake a lot of people make that I don't want you to make this. I made this mistake first starting out. Do not on your LLC, do not use slingshot rentals in your LLC. Here's why. Okay. Some banks won't give you an account because it's considered a high risk business. Okay. What does that mean? That means it's pretty much the slingshot rental business still fairly new, doesn't have a long track record, and banks, lenders, they don't really know how that business is going to perform, right? So this is considered a high risk business. When you're creating your LLC, do it under a name, right? That's really generic, right? Like Golden Tower LLC. Simple as that, right? Or um Blue Water LLC, right? Something very, very generic. So when you look at the LLC name, you don't really know what it is because no one needs to know your LLC name besides the bank, the IRS. That's it. All right. Them only people that really need to know what your LLC name is. But however, do not use Slingshot Rentals as your LLC. Just use something plain generic. Now that doesn't have to. Your business can still have a DBA, right? So you say for instance, Golden Tower LLC can have a DBA, which means doing business as um Miami Slingshot Rentals or Atlanta Slingshot Rentals or whatever, right? So the name of your website and everything could be Atlanta Slingshot Rentals, even though that's not the name of your LLC. All right, I just had to put that as some of you already may know that. Okay, if you've already had business before, but some of you may not, so I had to put that out there. Okay, now what do you need to do to create the LLC? Do not pay anyone thousands of dollars to create your LLC, hundreds of dollars to create your LLC. It's really easy. Secretary of State website. All right. Go to your Secretary of State website and apply. It's like 125 bucks most of the time, maybe 150 if you're in certain areas, but not more than that. All right, and it's really easy, right? All you gotta do is enter your information. Okay. Now under your NICS code, with that, all right. Now when you're filling out your LLC, you're gonna have to put your NICS code when you get the EIN. Okay. I'm skipping steps here. Sorry. All right. Go get your LLC. All right. Name it something generic. All right. Secretary of State cost you 150 bucks. If you want to expedite it, might cost you 250. Okay. You do it yourself right now. All right. After that, the same name you use for your LLC, you're gonna go apply for an EIN number, okay, which is completely free at irs.gov, okay, irs.gov, and you're gonna apply for your EIN number, same name you use your LLC. Now, on your EIN number, you're gonna pick a NAICS code, okay, your NAICS code, and I'm gonna give you the secret. All right, this is for the best funding play you can get, okay. You can do something under retail, right? Or you can even do transportation, okay, under your NAICS code, okay, or you do something under service, all right. But just stick with retail. It works. It works great. All right. That way, after you get that, you can go to your bank, give them your or LLC information, give them your EIN information, and go get your business bank account. Okay, because you're gonna need that, and you're gonna know why you're gonna need that in the following steps. Okay, so now what we got so far, we got your Slingshot name, what you're gonna name it. And you can do a quick Google search, see if anyone else has a name. Now you don't gotta get into trademarking and all that. We're just starting here. Okay. Um, so you got your name, figure out what you name it, got your LLC set up, boom, 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 wada wow. And that ain't the first thing you're gonna have to do, right? Just to get your name. All right. Second thing, all right, how I made $15,000. I know you guys really want to get to this. All right, how I made $15,000 first week. Quick story. All right. I'm at 12 minutes, gonna last about 4 minute story. Okay. So my partner called me. He was like, Keem, I have an idea. I said, what? He said, I think I want to get into slingshot. Slingshots make a lot of money. I said, whoa, slingshots. So at first we were looking at Turo. All right. We were looking at getting some exotic cars, putting them on Turo. And once I took a Turo training course and I realized Turo wasn't what I wanted to do. The profits and splitting a percentage with Turo and some of the things that were, I just didn't like it. I didn't like not having control of the platform, and Turo isn't a business that you could pass on to your kids, right? Because you don't own Turo. So um I looked up the slingshots. Slingshots look very promising because of the perceived value of the slingshot, right? When someone sees a slingshot for the first time, they have no idea it only costs 20 to $30,000, right? It looks like something that people compare to an exotic car or something, right? So with that being said, and it's new, it's different, it's one of a kind. With that being said, it also rents for much more, right? And there's another question I get all the time. Well, Keem, I see slingshots in my area for only 80 bucks. I'm gonna be honest with you, the only place you're seeing slingshots for 80 bucks is on Turo, right? And just to give Turo a try, because I've been bashing Turo for so long, just give Turo a try. I actually went on Turo and I actually went go see for myself. Like, let me list the slingshots on Turo. We're already doing $15,000 a week, right? I said, let me see if we can get extra by going on Turo. Whole nother story I'll get to in just a sec. So, we ended up not doing Turo. I looked up the slingshots when my partner called, and Slingshot just came out automatic, and the rental rates for other Slingshot rental operators were very high. They were up in 350, 300 to 350 range. So I said, hey, you buy a vehicle for at the time 30 grand, you rent it out for 100 days. That's all of 3 months out of a 6, 7 month season, right? And pretty much get all the money back that you invested in the slingshot. However, you can finance the slingshot and you see a higher ROI, but we're getting that financing in a little bit. But 100 days out of 365 days a year sounds like a no-brainer. Let's do it. So we did this pre-market strategy, and I learned this with other businesses that I've had, right? So before we didn't know exactly how good it was going to do because it was really new. I've never rented a slingshot at that moment, at that time. So this is what I did. right? And this is what was the game changer for me. This is what um was the sign fact. This was my aha moment. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go rent a slingshot. Let me see what this thing is about, right? So I went to a local guy and I rented a slingshot from him. He charged me like $600 for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, brought it back Monday. Checked out the process, and I had so much fun in that rental, right? And I'm not really extreme car guy, right? Like some guys, they're really extreme. I'm not extreme, but I'm into the ATVs, four wheelers, going outside, riding jet skis, zip lining, jumping off of cliffs into water. I'm a little adventurous, right? So when I got into the slingshot, it just like it did something for me, right? And I was like, yo, this is cool. Right. And the guy I rented from, he only had stick shift automatic. He didn't have any of the new models. Right. So I thought to myself, I said, yo, a lot of people can't drive stick. And I could tell by the way his business was going. He was doing good, but he didn't have any automatic units. So he couldn't. I knew if I got automatic units, I could reach a whole different market of people, right? Because most people don't know how to drive a stick. So I was sold. That's what sold me. I rented a slingshot and I was sold on the idea. Right. So I suggest anyone, if you're thinking about starting a business, the first thing you should do is go rent a slingshot for yourself so you can see what you're actually providing. Right. And it was just fun. All my friends liked that. I went to everyone's house, picked them up, gave them a ride, whatever. Right. So that's the first thing I did. From there, I said, call my friend back. I said, yo, just rent a slingshot. This thing is fun. All right, let's do it. So first thing I did, I put together a site, right? And I created a Google listing, right? I'm creating a Google listing absolutely free. I suggest, right, if you haven't started, if you're watching this video, you probably haven't started yet. I suggest you go create a Google listing, right? Create your Google listing, name it Slingshot Rentals Chicago. Chicago Slingshot Rental. Either one is fine. All right. Upload some pictures, make it fancy, right? Make it seem like a legit business. From there, you're gonna create a high converting website, right? Website that attracts customers. Don't go create a cheap website on GoDaddy for free or Wix or one of them Google websites. Don't go cheap on this. Create a really good website because you have to understand you're renting slingshots for 300, 350 a day. Sometimes people want to rent for 3, 4 days at a time. They're spending $1,200, $1,300 on their credit card or their debit card to rent from you, right? Don't look like you should be accepting $1,300 payments on a daily basis. Okay, I mean some of you guys I mean not you guys, but some slingshot rental people's websites. I would be scared to spend $5 on it because it looks so crummy. It looks so crappy. It looks like they made it for free. And wow, I don't, people, especially in this day and age, people are really wary about using their card information on the internet. If something looks trustworthy, they'll spend the money. But if it doesn't, they won't, right? And they'll just find somebody else who does, right? And that's just the bottom line. So create you a high convert website. And the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna have a booking platform, right? You're gonna have a booking platform. My favorite that I recommend is Fair Harbor. Okay. Now there's a lot of others out there. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars um looking for the best. Create a booking calendar with Fair Harbor, right? So you can start accepting payments. Those are the three things you must do. Okay. Now it's not gonna cost you a whole bunch of money, right? It's not gonna cost you thousands of dollars to do that. Right. You can get you started on that right now. But this is before LLCs and all of that stuff, right? You don't gotta spend money on LLC yet. This is what that's gonna do. And this is what happened for me. Right. I did those three things. First week, nothing really happened. All right. I've kind of forgot about it, honestly. From there, I think I spent maybe $10 a day on ads. Right. Decided to run some Facebook ads, spent like $10 a day. By that second week, I started noticing people were calling me. Like the first week I did was crickets. I didn't hear anything. Right. Second week, I got like 2 or 3 phone calls a day. I was like, oh, people calling for slingshot windows, but it wasn't enough to like really be alarming. Like, by the time I hung up the phone, I kind of forgot, right? But day one went by, day two went by, day three, and over time, like 2 or 3 people more called, 4 people more called. By the third week, I was getting like 10, 15 phone calls a day. Right now, that was too much to ignore. Right, 'cause I'm over here. Damn, my phone's ringing. At least 2, 3 times an hour. Right. Um. Now, if you had a business before, you kind of know a lot of people ask for things they really don't want. Right. They just, you know, uh, curious. And not serious. So I say, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. Right. I'm gonna actually charge them. So at this point, from the phone calls, I started looking for slingshots, like where slingshots are. Can I get one? What is it gonna look like? All this other good stuff. So I found some dealers that had some slingshots that I wanted. Talk to them, make sure the price was right. I said, look, this is my situation. Uh, let me. At this point, I'm like, let me just put $200 down on it. Just hold it for me for a day or so, right? And so from there, once I had the slingshots locked in, and some of them didn't have them. Some of them were getting them like a week from the time that this was going on. So that was perfect for me too. I was like, well, I'll hold it, right? So I started accepting payments, right? I picked the date that I was gonna finally pick up the units, and I started accepting payments. Within that week, which is the third week, right? Within that week, I made $15,000 in pre-sales before I picked up the first unit, right? Because at first we didn't know how many we needed. Me and my partner, I was gonna get one, he was gonna get one. After that week, we ended up getting four, right? And then from there, by the end of that season, we started July 23rd to 26th. By the August, maybe we probably had six of them, right? And we finished out that season with like $80,000. But to get to my point in the story, that's all we had. We had a high converting website. We had the booking software. We had the Google listing set up, and we ran $10 a day on paid ads. We made $50,000, $15,000, right? In the first week before we ever purchased the first slingshot, right? You can do the exact same thing. That system, that strategy still works to this day. It still works right now. And if I were to open up a slingshot rental business next week, next month, I would do that exact same strategy before I go purchase a whole bunch of slingshots and then go looking for customers, right? I don't want anyone to lose money in this business. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to just sell you a course. I want you to make money, right? And I don't want you to have to go spend a whole bunch of money to make it, right? I want you to do this the right way. Start making money first, because finding the slingshots is easy. Okay, now this is what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about the two ways, maybe three. I don't know how many ever I have on this paper. I'm kind of running short on time here. We're gonna talk about two ways. Let's just get it to two, right? Two ways that you can acquire your slingshot, right? Number one way is using the OPP strategy. I'm going to break this down to you. All right. The OPP strategy is using other people's property, right? So, how I like to do it, right? And this is how we did it in Dallas, right? Someone called us and they were like, hey, they had 2 or 3 units. Can't really remember. They had 2 or 3 units. She's like, hey, I want you guys to, can you guys, do you mind guys taking my units and leasing them? I mean, renting them for me. And at the time, I think we probably had 14 slingshots at the time. We really didn't need any more. For one, we didn't have the space to even take them. So, we told her, hey, we'll be glad to take them, but here in Atlanta, we can't. However, we had someone interested in the business in Dallas that was interested in running it for us. So we gave him a call, told him, hey, look, I got some slingshots for you. Can you run this location down there? He says, yes, yeah, I can. Let's do it. So we use the same pre-market strategy that I just explained, right? We did it in Dallas. And we waited a couple weeks. Phone calls started coming. We start monitoring the phone calls. We are like, yo, this is gonna work, right? And when I say monitor phone calls, I mean if you're getting 5, 6, 7 to 10 phone calls a day, right? That's a good sign you're gonna make a lot of money, right? Because think about it. If out of those 10 calls, if only 3 people book right then and there, right? And normally people book for at least 2 days. If only 3 people book, you're making $2,700 easily a day, right? Um, for just doing this, right? And just taking those pre-bookings. So when we did that, we were like, yo, it's working, right? We're every second we don't have a slingshot down there, we're pretty much losing money, right? So we got her slingshots and we sent them to Dallas, right? And we worked out a commission with her, and that's pretty much how we opened up Dallas over time. They did good. She ended up just wanting to sell the slingshots. He ended up buying her out, and then over time he ended up buying us out, right? And we made money. He made money. She made money. Everyone's happy, right? And now he still has a slingshot in operation in Dallas. Shout out to Big Al. Shout out to Big Al. All right, so pretty much that's running an OPP play, right? How you use other people's slingshots to make money in the business. Now you can also finance the slingshots. Now I'm gonna give you one bank I recommend the most, right? Now this is for you if you have good credit, right? When I say good credit, I mean 700 or better, right? You have strong vehicle history, you financed at least one vehicle in the past, right? And you're looking for um large sums of financing, right? So this bank, Synchrony Bank, okay, Synchrony Bank allows you to finance up to 4 slingshots with one credit inquiry. Okay, great clutch play, right? Now I gotta ask you something. If you find a value, we're at 26 minutes and I gotta go. All right, but if you find a value, make sure you like and subscribe. Uh, helps me out, motivates me to make more videos. Motivates me and share it with somebody. If you got a business partner, you're looking uh, to get started, right? Now, oh geez, I got so much stuff on here. Pre-market strategy, OTAs, travel agencies, insurance. Oh man, I'm not gonna get all this done today. All right, write down in the comments. If I'm gonna wrap this up, right? However, I have something to offer you. Okay, this pre-market strategy, I break it down in a way I can't go on live or create a video this long because it's gonna take at least an hour or so. But I do have an ebook and I actually have a pre-market strategy guide where it's video course where I break down exactly everything you need to know step by step in video for you to be able to run this pre-market strategy. Now, why would anyone need to run this pre-market strategy? Here's why. Because it's a great way, really inexpensive way, all right, for you to see, right, if the slingshot rental business is working area. Me personally, I haven't been off 52 states or 51 states, how many states they are. All right? I haven't been to all the different countries, right? I can't tell you. Now I told you early in this video what we've seen work really good, but I can't tell you specifically if this slingshot rental business is going to work in here. So I can't promise you that, right? And the last thing I want to do is overpromise you something, and it doesn't work out for you because, like I said before, I don't want anyone to lose money. Right? I want you to make money. That's why I'm here. The pre-market strategy will allow you to spend a small sum of money, right, and see how good the business will actually work, right? If you follow the pre-market strategy, right, it's about 4 or 5 different training videos where I break all these things that I talked about in this video down to show you exactly how to do it the right way, right? Even when it comes to running all run the ads, all that stuff. If you do that and you're getting 5, 6, 10 phone calls a day, right? It's gonna be a no-brainer, right? If you're getting 5, 6 phone calls a day, people want to pay $300 each and every phone call, at least, you're gonna know, hey, this works, right? And if you know it works, then you'll get inside of my Slingshot Rental Blueprint community to get more, right? To learn how to do the rental agreements, the contracts, and all the other stuff, right? Get more detailed in the marketing and OTAs and run influencers and all that stuff, right? But right now, this video is for people who haven't started yet, think about starting, who don't want to just jump in the water head first, and they just want to see if the business is going to work for them, right? And I've already said too much. I mean, I'm honestly, a lot of people watching this video aren't going to do anything about it, right? That's why I'm not really too worried about it, because if I was to open up a new Slingshot location this year, I would do the exact same thing, and maybe that may be in an area that you're already in. I have no idea, and I'm kind of like letting you beat me to the punch. So, but I know half the people watching this aren't going to take action, right? So it doesn't really matter to me. However, if you are one of those people that you really want to make a change, you really want to do something, really want to get started in this business, you want to do it the right way, run that pre-market strategy. Now, I have the course for you to do it, and I'm giving it away to you almost for free. Okay, it's only $47, right? $47. I break down exactly how to do it. Right now, what this is for you to get started in slingshot in a business and see um, if the demand is in your area and if it work for you. What this isn't a full. And I have to say this, and I get tired of saying this. This isn't a full course, right? It's not going to tell you everything. It's not. It's just a pre-market strategy. The same strategy I use to make the $15,000 in the first 3 weeks. Same thing. Giving you everything I did. Um, that's what this is, to see if you want to get started. If you want to get started from there, you see the demand, you got people calling, you got people wanting it. It's like a movie trailer, right? When a movie comes out, they don't just drop a movie out of nowhere and say, "Hey, come to the theaters." No, they release the trailer. They give you a sneak peek. They show you what it's about years sometimes before the movie even drops, right? It's the same thing with running a business, starting a business. You're pretty much, I'm showing you how to create that trailer to show people, hey, you're coming, you're there, you're on the way. So when you could get the demand, right? You can get the pre-bookings to see if people actually want it and see if you're going to make a lot of money without going and spending hundreds of $1,000s or messing up your creditors, using your credit to spend money on slingshots first, right? Because last thing you want to do, go buy 4 slingshots for $100,000, then you don't have any customers and you're on the line messing your credit up. Don't do that. All right. Spend $47. Don't be cheap. But that link is in the description. Okay. So I don't know why people act like they don't know where the link is. But here's where it is. You click the see more details down below or description down below. You can see that link to get that. Right. Now, it's only $47. I'm not gonna talk your head off about that. But if you're really interested, because a lot of you've been binge watching my videos and you haven't started yet, so I know it works, right? I know what it's gonna do. My thing is take action on it, right? Spending $47, stop being cheap, get everything done right, right? And I give you my people that work with me, right? I don't just tell you what here. I'm telling you, create a high converting website. Some of you may not know how to create a website, right? You don't might not know what a high converting website is, what it looks like, what it does, right? And you might go through a learning curve trying to figure that out. I'm pretty much shortcutting that for you, all right? And I'm cutting the time by from this much to this much, okay? Because I give you the developers on my team that I use every day that know what they're doing to go create you the site, right? So all I do is call them, hey, Keem sent me, boom, what you need? They'll do it for you, right? That then you don't got to go figure that part out. When it comes to your calendar, when it comes to your Google listing, a lot of you may have never created Google listing before. It pretty much breaks down. Hey, this is what you do, this is what you say, this is what you put, this is what you add, and all that other good stuff. It breaks it down step by step so you don't do it wrong, right? Because if you do it wrong, then you're gonna be like, oh, no one called, and next thing you know, someone that did it right is gonna, be in your city, be in your area, and next thing you know, they're making money and you didn't because you didn't know exactly what you were doing, right? And that's okay too. I mean, I promote you doing it on your own. Doing it on your own takes longer. All right, we can have this done between you now and next couple of weeks. You got have people calling already. Like I said, it took me 3 weeks to make $15,000. And I do it repeatedly, right? Know what I'm doing, help 200 people, and I'm want to help you. Okay. But you got to help me help you, help yourself, right? Take action, get started. Now, another thing, all right, if you've already done this, because I put these videos out before if you've been in any of my other lives where I actually have my masterclass on. If you've already done this, you say, hey, King, I need to get to the next level with my slingshot. I went on business. I am looking to get between five to $15,000 a month with this, right? And that's if you're already making five, right? You have to get into my slingshot with a blueprint. If even if you're just starting, right, and you want to take this, you know, head on long term, you know this is what you want to do. Got to get into the slingshot with a blueprint. But first, spending $47 see if it works for you. Because I don't want your money if I don't want your money for one if you're not going to do the work. I don't want your money. I don't want you inside the blueprint, holding everybody else back, asking questions because you didn't take the time to, you know, watch the videos or get the information. Some people do that, and I'm not accepting too many more people inside the blueprint because a lot of people join, and um, the main thing with me was a lot of people weren't ready, right? They weren't ready, didn't do anything, right? So this is my way of getting rid of that, all right, by giving you this for relatively nothing. So you can do this, get started, so you can get inside the program, right? Because this is a problem. You see the videos, they don't halfway watch the videos, they book a call and they announce I'm on the phone with people that don't know anything about anything, and it just wastes my time and it wastes my closer's time and the people that work on my team's time when we're taking all these phone calls uh, with people that aren't qualified to be a part. So to qualify you to be a part, you have to get the $47 um book in the pre-launch strategy first. From when you buy that, we know if you pay for that, you know, we'll be happy to talk to you because you're serious. So I just don't want to take any more calls from people that just are curious. That just I have other people that have a slingshot rental business that get on the phone and call us just to ask questions to help them with their business, and you know, essentially they're not paying their competitors really, and they're not paying for the consultation. So I'm tired of that. Right? I'm not a YouTuber or any of that. I'm a business owner first, so I need money. That's why I'm in business. Okay, I'm not gonna help you just start your business and you have a business down the street. I'm not gonna help you do that for free. I'm not, right? Because I could be making that money from running my business. So I know I'm not doing it for free. So if you want help, spend $47. From there, you'll be invited to get on the phone and we can talk about a strategy for you because that's what I offer. I offer one-on-one strategy, right? However, I offer one-on-one strategy to help you, and in turn, you make an investment and you get started, and you know I help you even more, right? That's what the one-on-one strategy is for. But I'm tired of taking phone calls, so I'm not doing it anymore, right? That's why I closed the blueprint down unless you're already enrolled in side one of my other programs, and this is one of my other programs right now that you can enroll in, so you can be invited to join the blueprint. Full disclaimer, disclosure, right? So if that's something that you want to do, be my guest, spending $47 and make it worth your time, right? Because there's a lot of money in the slingshot rental business and you can make a lot. All right. So always, if you like this video, find it helpful, you got some things you need, make sure you like, subscribe, and even ask your questions down in the chat, right? Now I respond to everyone's questions. I have no problem responding to your questions. Ask your questions down in the chat and I'll answer them for you. Okay. I'll answer them for you to help you out. And we go from there. So, like always, see you guys on the other side.